While scrolling through the internet, have you seen adults fight over cardboard like this? Or even so much as acting a fool and trying to glitch out a vending machine meant to dispense cards for a children's hobby like this?
What? Get out from behind there now! Okay, I'll get out. No, now! Okay.
And if so, have you thought to yourself, what makes people act this way? I mean, objectively, collecting is a big waste of money, but subjectively, it gives people a sense of identity, a community to belong to, has caused people to enact violence, and even create a secondary market where cards that are printed for less than $1 are being bought and sold online for millions. So what is the psychology behind collecting? In this video, I'll mainly be talking about trading card games, as that's what I've recently got into collecting in the last month and a half, Pokemon and One Piece and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But I believe the points that we talk about in this video could apply to a variety of collectible hobbies such as stamps, cars, sneakers, hats, what have you. I'll be dividing this video into 3 parts. Part 1, going over the points of why someone might enjoy collecting. Part 2 is where I wake up at 4:30 a.m. to line up outside of a Target that doesn't open until 8 a.m. to interview people who are already lined up in the freezing cold and waiting for the new Pokemon set to come out. Why they, the hardcore fans, enjoy collecting. And Part 3, why I personally enjoy collecting. Anyway, my name is Vance Fried, and if you're new to the channel, please consider giving a like, a sub, maybe even a comment. It's not a lot, but it greatly helps a small channel like mine. I am a small enough channel to where if you leave a like or a comment, that could be 100% of my viewership, likes and comments in this one video. But regardless, I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope to see you towards the end of this video. Anyway, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. Part 1, the psychology behind collecting. Okay, for this segment, I'll be referencing a lot from this article by Alexander Mitchell, as well as adding in a lot of my own perspective on the psychology of collectors and collecting. Let's start off with the first point. Emotional comfort and nostalgia. With the uncertainty of the current political climate, the rise in prices of household goods, and the fluctuating job market, it is not far off to say that life currently is stressful and somewhat very overwhelming, especially if you're just a young adult starting off. So when you're collecting something like Pokemon or Disney product, it could bring you a sense of emotional comfort, bring you back to an age when life was simpler and there was still wonders to be had and you were shielded from the uncertainty in the outside world. At the same time, it could bring you comforting memory if you used to collect something with someone who is no longer in your life or the relationship with that person has changed. For example, collecting stamps with a grandparent who is no longer alive, or maybe collecting toy cars with your dad where your relationship might still be fine, but you guys just don't do that anymore now that you've gotten older. All to say that collecting does provide a sense of control and comfort in a uncontrollable world. Let's move on to our next point, which is a sense of identity when it comes to collecting. It might be common sense, but also worth noting that what you collect says a lot about you. If you collect actual cars, you're probably pretty wealthy and possibly pretty old. If you collect sneakers, you might be into basketball. Even if you collect the same thing as someone else, you might collect it in different ways. For example, I know a girl who collects only cute Pokemon cards. It doesn't matter the value of the cards themselves as long as they're adorable. She'll put in her binder. And then I know another person who only collects valuable Pokemon cards. His binders are filled with cards that are at least $50 or above. And then even another person who just enjoy collecting Meowth cards. Literally just a page of Meowth. As you're collecting, you are establishing a sense of self because you're kind of discovering your taste in things, figuring out what you like, what you don't like, why you don't like something, why you do like something, why you think something's cute, why you think something's cool, and why you think something is worth collecting. People often also like to display their collection, so whenever you enter someone's household and they're displaying their collection in the living room or their bedroom, you can get a glimpse of the type of person they are and possibly their interests and personality as well. And then there's collecting due to a sense of community. Regardless of what you collect, there's going to be people out there who collect the same thing you do. I mean, you could collect the most obscure thing, and there's probably a Reddit forum for people who collect that exact same thing. Whatever it might be, collecting allows you to connect with other people who share the same interests as you. Now, Let's also talk about the thrill of the hunt, scarcity, inconsistency. There was a study done by B.F. Skinner, and we'll go more in depth into it in my later video about gambling, but for right now, let's just touch on it real quick. So he did an experiment with rats, where he would rig a button to dispense food every time the rats would press it. So, the rat would press the button, got food, whatever, go on its way. Whenever it wants food, it came back, pushed the button, got food. Then he rigged it to where it doesn't dispense food no matter how many times you press the button. The rat presses the button a lot of times, nothing happens, whatever, got over it, never came back to the button. But something interesting happened when he rigged the button to dispense food at random times. This made the rat go crazy, just kept pressing the button. There was no rhyme or reason to when it would actually dispense the food from pressing the button. But I don't know, the rat just became addicted to pressing the button to see when the food would actually dispense, even though there's no rhyme or reason. It's just randomness. This would be what is come to known as intermediate reinforcement, where if you don't get something consistently, it becomes more desirable for you to seek it out. Coming back to the thrill of the hunt, every time you go to a vintage store or go into a garage sale, you're not guaranteed to find what you're looking for your collection, but it's the thrill of trying to find this thing that is no longer being produced or finding something that is scarcely available. That's why people line up for a new set of Pokemon cards, because it's not something that you commonly just find lying on the shelves anymore. And through some of the interviews I've had in part 2 of this video, people do say that, yeah, that's part of the fun, the chase of it. Now, this is not for everyone, but there is a high you get from just finding something that is not always readily available, that you have to go and put effort to hunt and find. And then we get to investment potential, which I can make a whole video on this, but I'm not going to go too hog wild on it. Basically, I want to make a distinction between collectors and scalpers. Collectors being people who buy sealed products to unseal them to see what's inside and to put whatever's inside in their collection, versus scalpers who buy bulk, massive amounts of a product to make an artificial scarcity of the product so that they can sell it for a higher price later on. And I'm not talking about if you bought, some sealed products, you opened the first couple packs, got the chase card you wanted or got whatever you wanted, and then you resell the rest. Whatever. I'm talking about videos like these of people going hog wild, scooping everything, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stuff just so no one else can get their hands on it, just to resell it. That is a completely different subject. I don't know. I think it's loser shenanigans. I know it's very easy for early collectors just to go hog wild and buy whatever they can get, because it's actually hard to get, the scarcity of it all. But once again, it's the people who buy a massive, ungodly amount. Not even part of the collection hobby, just trying to resell it to make a few bucks. Those are the people that are more so the problem, more so who I'm referencing. But who knows? I could be eating my words. Maybe scalpers will eventually be able to sell enough to buy themselves a car or a house 5 years in the future off of Pokemon cards, and I'll be eating my words. Or you could be like this guy.
These things right here, nobody wants them. Nobody wants Pokemon cards anymore. I am the scalper that scalped too hard and got caught up with too much inventory on this Journey Together's box right here, and I have about 20 more on the way, but it's not a good look for Pokemon.
No one cares to buy your product for this outrageous price, and you end up eating cardboard for lunch because you spent all your money pricing out kids from getting something that's part of a kid's hobby. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. And the last point, gambling. And this might go a lot more into trading card games than anything else, but when you buy a pack of Pokemon, One Piece or whatever, you're not guaranteed the card you want. Oh, this pack could have the $600, $500 chase card, or it could have nothing. But I don't know until I open the pack. It's that mindset. It's the gambling. The pack you're holding right now, unopened, could have one of the most valuable cards in this set. But you'll never know it if you don't open it. The dopamine hit? Satisfaction. Gambling is a part of it. I'm going to have a whole video dedicated to gambling in general. But for now, those are the points that I wanted to hit on before we head into the interview portion of this video. And hopefully, in the video, you could see some of the points that we mentioned in part 1. All right, part 2, where I wake up early in the morning and said, We're doing this. We're doing this today.
It's a little after 4:30. I'm tired. I'm cold. I'm sad. My lips are dry. But I guess we're fucking doing this, guys. I guess we're freaking doing this. All right, let's go, I guess. Also, side note, I don't really have a foldable chair to bring with me, so I'm just gonna bring my office chair. Whatever, man. From the QT, I got some Red Bulls, a Snicker, water, some, I guess, frozen Crustables. Good old Target, and of course, the office chair. Hey, my name is Vance. Nice to meet you.
Jackson.
I'm Mark.
Ashley.
Shay.
Shay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Originally, how I got in collecting was basketball cards when I was a kid. But it was also the same time Pokemon was coming out, you know?
Oh,
which was kind of funny because I played the video games and watched the TV show, but I didn't collect the cards. I collected basketball cards. In any case, my daughter, like I said, started getting into it, and then I bought her some cards at Sam's one day, you know, when we were in there, and we opened them, and it was like I was hooked again, you know.
My cousin like was at a restock, and he's like, hey man, you know, like come, you know, sit, there's restock with me. And then we got to talking and stuff like that, and then I opened up like Pokemon again for like the first time in like a long time. And then I was like, oh man, I just gotta keep I gotta keep going, I gotta keep collecting. Like
It was from a childhood, and so whenever I came back around, I started dating my boyfriend, and he liked Pokemon as well, and so kind of got back into it. It wasn't too hard.
There was a local card store, like gaming store, that we just, you know, were bopping around, decided to go in, because his brother collected like sports cards, Pokemon cards, and while we were there, I was just like, he's like, oh, why don't you, you know, try ripping a pack or something. And it was 151, and I pulled the little Pikachu that's running across the street.
It's over.
And it was done from there.
What do you think the core of it that makes people enjoy collecting?
The chase and the rush of getting the chase, I think. But also the journey.
the rarity and stuff like that, because like, you know, like if it was like super easy, I feel like, you know, like people wouldn't like enjoy it as much. Like you gotta like, you know, like work for it almost a little bit, you know, just to get stuff, you know, and it kind of makes it more fun, you know, meet cool people.
Well, I think a lot of people owe their childhood, because I mean, obviously it's been around for so long. So I think the nostalgia, we're definitely in the day of age of nostalgia, and people are feeling it really hard. So I think everyone's kind of clinging on to what they had as a child.
Do you think there's a gambling like aspect?
Oh yeah, of course. There's always that gambling aspect. I think like that's kind of like also like you get like both sides of it. It's like you feed that gambling kind of addiction as well, and then like it's like a little bit more because like you buy a lottery ticket, like you're not gonna get nothing, right? But like at least like when you get like something like you might not get like the top chase, but like you'll get like a nice card or like you know, something cool.
When you're just sitting there and you have so much in front of you, you're like, there's got to be something. It's not even it's being in the middle of ripping the packs. It's prior for me to ripping the packs and seeing everything. It's like, oh, it's so exciting, and it's all set up and everything. So the gambling is a huge part of it. I think we all just want to win.
My boyfriend was like, I don't want to buy cards. I don't like. I only want to rip, and like because then I'll feel like I earned it, you know. And like you get a different type of like you get a certain like satisfaction from, you know, being like, oh my gosh, like it's about the excitement too. It's like about the process of like, oh, I get rinsed, and like, oh my gosh, like I pulled this, no way.
I never was really into sealed. Like it was always about the cards, you know. I was never, like I was saying, it doesn't make sense to me. You don't buy a lotto ticket and not scratch it. We had some really good luck with Prismatic, but it was rough, like definitely at the beginning, like because I was probably, oh man, probably $2,000-$3,000 in. And I might have had $600 in value, like in actual cards, like with master balls and all of that at that point. And then it was just like all of a sudden it was like me and my daughter pulled it. It was crazy. Then we had a booster bundle out of that. 4th pack had Eevee SIR, and the 6th pack had Flareon SIR.
We eventually pulled the Leafeon, but I would say out of close to 500 packs, maybe a little bit more. That's all we pulled. That's about all we pulled. We just ripped and ripped and ripped until we got something, and then we said, okay, no more.
I didn't open up Prismatic. My girlfriend, she opened up like thousands and thousands of packs. So, but she got the Umbreon, she got the Sylveon twice, Flareon. But I mean, she probably spent like over thousands of dollars on that. But
I love ripping, and I will die on that hill.
We don't stop ripping until we get like at least like an SIR. And so like I know that I need to have at least 80 to 100 packs. Just on the safe side, because usually you'll get an SIR within 60 packs. But I mean, there's been some times I've been on some rips and it's just like, you're just not getting anything, you know? And so it's like, and that's a horrible feeling because it's like, we don't stop. Like, we're just like, we're gonna go until we get the SIR. And then once we get the SIR, then we're done, you know?
Like I'm like more reserved, like about like I'll be like, oh, you know, like I'll open up some now, and it's just like she'll just have like these crash out moments where like she'll just go and she'll just start ripping like everything. Like we had like a sealed, like she got a sealed like collection at one point, like now it's just like completely all gone.
Oh god, yeah, because like once you don't hit something for a while, you're like,
well, that's what it's like. I need to rip until I hit, and that's dangerous. That's like super dangerous if you're doing stuff like that.
But it always goes like that, where you rip a couple and then you're like, oh, well, I didn't get a hit, so now like I need a hit. So you just keep ripping and ripping, and you get more frustrated as you keep getting rinsed.
It's like, where is it? Like,
it's like I know it's in here. Theoretically, the hit rate, something should be in here eventually.
Yeah, I did that once. I woke up the next morning, saw all the like empty packs.
The post-pack clarity.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good terminology for it. What is the highest highs and the lowest lows of the experience so far?
I mean, highest highs are obviously just getting pulls and meeting people, I think has been a huge thing. We've met probably over a dozen friends that we like, even if we weren't to collect anymore, we would still consider really close. And you can't really put price on that at all, in my opinion.
When we were getting into it, like the Pokemon community, that was pretty cool to get into. And like, don't get me wrong, not everyone, like there are some grimy people out there, but there was also like, you meet a lot of cool people along the way too.
We're friends, you know, and we like, I mean, we're out here every single week and we see each other, and you know, occasionally we'll see each other at the vending machine or something walking through HEB, you know. So you know, it's a good community, but there's also some crappy people. And
lows, I would say, probably being in stores and just the stressfulness of it, especially like I said before, when things aren't regulated, it's scary. And you know, having these really big grown men in your face, you don't like that. So that's when it gets a little bit. It's like, okay, is this hobby worth it? I don't know.
Have you met some grimy people?
I think it's impossible not to. I think you know, it's like a lot of people in the Pokemon community, they're in it because they have something to gain, whether that's money, whether that's like customers, like whether, you know, all sorts of things. It's like, it's hard to find people who are like just in it for like the love of the hobby.
Actually, I've recently, for the first time, had my first issue with buying product off someone. I was actually trading.
Was it fake?
Well, it was resealed.
Definitely the scalpers and stuff like that make it the low. Like,
especially the ones that have kids and you know they're not doing it for their kid, and it's frustrating. It's like, not only are you taking it from other children, but your own as well. As you know, what are we doing?
Was there a time that you can think where like, oh, things started getting real bad and people were just buying to like really
just this whole last year.
A year ago, or you know, actually during COVID, you used to be able to go in a store and be like, buy two get one free, you know, like there used to be deals on the shelves, and like you don't see that anymore now.
I want to see it normalized to where at least you can get things at retail and scalpers aren't able to immediately buy a $30 box and sell it for $100.
Yeah.
You know, that's not healthy for any consumer market for that to be going on.
The price of an ETB, I mean, used to be like, you know, like $35, and like now it's like almost like 60. Like,
and it's like a false market too.
Yeah, it is a false market. Yeah, and it's an inflated market. We saw that when all the scalpers jumped to One Piece, like you know, probably like 50% of the people jumped to One Piece, you saw the market go down. Yeah, that just shows you like how inflated it is. I don't think it would ever be the same. I think the hype the hype is too big now. I was in the Army and I moved to Virginia, and I was around that area. That area is so bad.
That was probably the worst place we could have started off.
Like, you think this is anything close? Like, there's like dedicated scalper groups, like 15 people deep. Like you get anywhere, you're like 18th, 20th, 40th in line, you know, like, and you might not get anything. Like,
every single Costco in that area would be 100, if not more, people deep. That a lot of people in that area do like remote work.
Yeah.
That's a very common thing. So they're at every restock. Like you average, because we had a couple months where we were like hardcore into it. Yeah. And we were hitting 2 restocks a day. Yeah. From Tuesday through Friday.
2 restocks.
2 restocks a day, Tuesday through Friday. And it was a common thing. You know, you go to 2 restocks a day, like Monday, Tuesday through Friday, and the same people, the same like 60 people would all be in line there.
You do not just you don't just see cards just sitting out anymore. You have to know what day it is, and if you're not there within 15 to 20 minutes of it happening, depending on how much they have, you're not getting anything, you know?
How do you feel about that? Like, grown men just acting a fool for some Pokemon card.
Well, I work in a restaurant, so I'm used to dealing with grown men being erratic. Yep. So definitely not anything shocking. But yeah, it being over Pokemon cards is definitely the funniest part about it.
I've seen like videos of like people basically fighting, and not even very well fighting, like very poorly fighting.
Isn't that funny? It's always the bad fighters. Yeah, I mean, I chalk a lot of that up to people reselling for the most part. I mean, I think if you're going to go that hard with it, you most likely are reselling. But I also can see the other side where people are just so tired of it. I can see where people are coming from, because it gets to a point where you, especially when you see the same people, you're like, you know what, dude, not today.
151, when that came out, like there's people like grabbing stuff out of kids' hands, like pushing people over, like bro, like it's acting like it's like the last like Pokemon box you'll ever see in your life. Like, and like those guys are just like all like really like low life, like they don't care about nothing. Like they'll like commit felonies just to get some Pokemon. Like it's just like insane. Like,
heard about the 151 stuff. There was a group of guys going around, and I don't know what they were tickling the machine in some way.
They were tickling the machine
to get it to spit out some 151. So yeah,
that's how you do it.
I mean, again, it's part of the game, unfortunately. But like I said, I believe in karma for those people. It's
like the scalpers and everything. Like they take it to a different level.
There's somehow like a lack of shame in those people.
They don't care.
Yeah, which I don't know. Like,
it's like, how do you do that?
It's a kid's hobby at the end of the day. Like you gotta understand, like this is not like life. Like this is not like life or death. Like, but for these guys, it's their livelihood.
Some of these people, like, this is the way that they're putting food on the table and the way that they're paying their bills. When you have that kind of like motivation of like, oh, this is like something that like I need to do to be able to like survive, like you know, it that always, like in any situation, that type of mentality about something, I think can make people act a little
crazy.
Yeah, and also that's such a sad way to live. I mean, I would much rather be out here getting this to collect it and to open and to have fun with it versus stressing, you know, every single day of your life to get packs to sell. That must suck. And I'm happy, you know, that we have our life instead of living like that.
There was a guy, and I'm pretty sure like everyone's heard of this, but in our area in Woodbridge, Virginia, this guy was swinging a bat around in a Walmart and knocked over an old lady who was stocking that Walmart and like was swinging a bat at this guy because like they're fighting over who was gonna scalp it. Like it was insane. Like this guy was like in and out of jail. Like you know, every time I saw him at a restock, it looked like he was like tweaking on something. Like it was just
causing like
felonies. Wow, that's what I'm saying. Like these guys don't care. Like if they go to jail, like they just don't give a crap. Like it's like
people in our neighborhood fighting even.
Really?
Yeah, no. There's one guy who he doesn't come around as much, but he comes around every once in a while, and you'll see him at the Walmarts and stuff. But I've seen him in at least 2 different videos that he was having an altercation and he was involved in.
There was one guy I heard my boyfriend talking about him, but he was like an absolute tweaker, and I don't say that to like off speculation or anything. Like, he was in jail multiple times.
Yeah.
And he didn't even have a car to drive because like he couldn't get a license since he was like and people would line up in the targets, right? And he would walk to like the people that were at the end of the line, and he'd be like, "Oh, you guys aren't gonna get anything." Like, he was just
Terrorize them
for no reason. Like, he was at the front of the line gonna get stuff, and he just decided like, "Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the back of the line and heckle the people."
Yeah,
it's like why? Why?
What makes it like worth it for you to like stand outside stuff? Because I'm kind of new to this, so like
what makes it worth it? I mean, she's more like my girlfriend's more like adamant about this than I am. Like, she's like, we gotta stand out here. This is Make a Dream, or this is the new set. Like, we gotta like stand out here. I'm like, there's only like 8 people in line. Like, there's no way that they don't have like enough for everyone. I was like, can't we just sit in my car? It's nice and warm in there. Like, freezing my butt off out here, you know.
But what if 3 more people come?
Yeah, well, that's what she's like. Oh, what if so more people come? Yeah, so it's just like,
as crazy as it sounds, I think like there is like it's about the memories too. Like,
it's like an experience to, like, sit
yeah,
outside
and it's like, okay, like when again are you going to like just be able to like go and like sit out at the restock and hang out with people, meet people?
I mean, we'll sit out here and rip cards and we'll pass out packs and stuff, you know.
When I have like a family and like kids and stuff like that, I'm not gonna like have like the opportunity, so like might as well. And like you meet cool people, and I think just like love for the hobby too.
And also it's just fun. I mean, whether being a kid or an adult, and then you get older and you have kids, and you know, then they get into it, and so you can live vicariously through them as well.
Back in 2022, and my daughter was so young, and you know, we're ripping these packs, and one of them, she pulled like Rainbow Sylveon VMAX from Evolving Skies, you know, and I know that's a card that then we got graded, and it came back a 10. And so it's just the whole journey of collecting not just master sets, not just graded cards, all of it.
I think my binder is probably worth like almost like 10K now.
Would you ever sell if someone was like 10K right now, that binder? Or would you like, there's something?
Maybe like in like 40 years or something, if I decide I don't want to like pass it down to like kids or anything, but like right now I could not part ways with it.
Depending on the one, but if I really, really like the card, I like to have it in a binder. I like the way it looks in a binder.
Yeah.
So, you know.
The whole experience of like going to the place, like waiting, chatting with people, getting your product, being able to go home and rip your product.
Yeah.
Like that whole like kind of ritual of it is like, and then like with the cards, it's like all the cards in my binder, which is another reason I really wouldn't sell it, is like they all kind of have like memories like attached to them. I think that like also helps make it like a lot more worth it, where you pull that card and you're like, oh, like it was worth it to sit out in the cold for you know, however many hours.
Core memory and time.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for your time, dude.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you.
For the next one. So there we were in the freezing cold, and it was finally time for the store to open, and we rushed in line up, ready to get the first drop of Ascended Heroes. So we thought, until the employees explained to us that we weren't getting Ascended Heroes on drop date because the shipment was late due to the cold weather. All they had left was prismatic boxes, limited to 1 per person. Look, prismatic's cool and all, but it wasn't the reason we were there lined up in the cold at 5 a.m. in the morning. And needless to say, I felt a little defeated that day, like my time was wasted, and more so after I opened all the pack and got this. Nothing. That really sucked. And so I had to think back, like, is this fun anymore? Like, why did I collect? Why do I collect? And that leads me to the last part of this video, part 3, why I personally enjoy collecting. You see, I've been going through something one might call sad boy season. or depression, you know, call it what you will. Basically, I started collecting again when I was with someone, and now they are no longer in my life. And so no matter how many packs I opened, there was no warmth to be had in any pieces of cardboard or plastic that I've bought. And it basically made me figured out that it wasn't the rare cards that made me enjoy collecting. It was the fact that I was sharing the hobby with someone, and that whenever we pulled something, we can share in each other's excitement. So what was the point anymore if that person's no longer there? I had to really think about why I started collecting in the first place as a kid. And this all leads to my last point of the mindset of collectors, a point that I left out for part 1 of this video. And to give a quick background story to lead into this point, I just want to say that I remember that I started collecting as a kid because one night on Cartoon Network, there was a show called Yu-Gi-Oh! That aired, and little me watched it for the first time. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is very interesting, because unlike Pokemon, One Piece, or even Magic the Gathering right now, it is not based on something that doesn't relate to the card games. For example, Pokemon obviously relates to Pokemon, so if you like the anime or the video game, you can also enjoy collecting the card game, even if you don't even know how to play the card game itself. Same thing with One Piece, you can love the anime, not know how to play the game, but still want to collect the cool cards. Nowadays, even Magic releasing a lot of sets in relations to other IPs, like SpongeBob, or Fortnite, or Spider-Man, or Avatar The Last Airbender. All to say that even if you don't know how to play Magic, there is a reason to collect Magic cards. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is different. I would say that the #1 advertisement for Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the anime itself. And in the anime, they play the card game. Literally in every episode, if not close to every episode, they play the card game, and a duel can last for multiple episodes. So it is really hard to say you like Yu-Gi-Oh! Without liking the actual card game and how it's played. I hope I'm making sense. Basically, I've rediscovered the fact that as a kid, I just loved it because I enjoy playing the actual card game, and that's the last point of it all. Is often it's overlooked and forgotten, but maybe it's nice sometimes to use what you collect for what it's actually meant for, the utility of collecting. And that basically means maybe some shoes are meant to be worn, some cars are meant to be driven, and some cards are meant to be played. And I would even want to put this a step further. You could use your collection as a way of connecting with your loved ones or other people, even those who don't know about this hobby or what you collect. What I mean by that is this entire video is made because I just enjoy trading card games as a whole. It gave me a reason to get out of bed, wake up early, get dressed for the interview, meet new people. It gave me a reason to clean up my place so I can have a place for me and my friends to play card games and get distracted from life once in a while, even if you don't collect. I hope you would get something out of this video regardless, in terms of learning different reasons why people might collect. All to say there's multiple reasons why someone might be inspired to collect or passionate about collecting. And it could be any combination of those points. It could be none of those points, who's to say? But I would love to know why you collect if you can leave a comment down below. But yeah, as always, I'll see you guys next time for the next video. Sorry I've been gone for so long, life's been happening. But hopefully more videos more consistently soon. And if you made this far, consider liking and subbing and possibly leaving a comment. It would mean a lot to me. Anyway, as per usual, bye!